If you ever find yourself walking down the dimly lit corridors of Site-19, you might find a variety of anomalies along your journey, because, well, Site-19 is the largest site in the SCP Foundation. Due to this, most of the safe and Euclid anomalies are held here. But what does it mean, Euclid? Well, we'll get back to that in a bit. Chances are, as you venture further into the depths of Site-19, you're bound to come across Peanut, or if you prefer his government name, SCP-173. But what is he? What does he want? And what should you do if you're ever unlucky enough to come face to face with the most popular, the most talked about, and the most caked up SCP-173? Well, SCP-173 is a Euclid class anomaly. There's that word again, Euclid. Let's talk about it and get it over with. Euclid was an ancient Greek mathematician Wait, that's the wrong definition. Euclid class SCPs are anomalies that require more resources to contain, or where containment isn't always reliable. Well, usually this is because the SCP is insufficiently understood or inherently unpredictable. But how does that relate to Peanut? We're just going to call him Peanut from now on. It's just so much more fun than saying SCP-173 over and over again. Well, Peanut is a Euclid class entity, but to understand how that makes any sense at all, we have to know what Peanut actually is. Peanut is a sculpture constructed of concrete and rebar with traces of Krylon brand spray paint. He is animate, and he's extremely hostile. He can't move while in direct line of sight, which must be maintained at all times. And personnel entering his containment area must alert each other before they're going to blink. Because, well, simply put, when not in direct sight, Peanut can move at lightning quickness, and he attacks by snapping the necks of his targets at the base of their skull or by strangling them. Well, that clears up why it would be classified as a Euclid entity, although I think a better way to phrase it, for Peanut's case specifically, would be an entity that's fairly simple to contain but possesses a disastrous risk if improperly handled. Anyway, in order to handle containing Peanut, the SCP Foundation has implemented strict rules for personnel who are required to interact with him. Peanut is to be kept in a locked container at all times. When personnel need to enter Peanut's container, at least 3 individuals must be present and the door must be relocked behind them. At all times, 2 people must maintain direct eye contact with Peanut until all personnel have exited the container and it is relocked. And while it all seems quite simple, there have been instances where things have gone wrong. Yes, Peanut has broken containment on several occasions in the SCP Foundation lore. These incidents often result in significant casualties due to its highly aggressive nature and the difficulty of re-establishing containment once it escapes. The specific details of these breaches can vary depending on the story or account, but they generally emphasize the critical importance of strict adherence to the containment protocols to prevent such dangerous occurrences. But why ever take the risk of a breach? Well, personnel consistently report hearing eerie sounds of scraping stone emanating from within the container, but this phenomenon is considered normal. However, any deviation from this established pattern should be promptly reported to the acting supervisor on duty for further investigation and evaluation. But the main containment procedure that has the most risk involved is cleaning Peanut's containment cell. Inside the cell, upon inspection, is a reddish-brown substance, identified as a mixture of fecal matter and blood. Despite extensive analysis, the origin of these materials remains elusive, contributing to the enigmatic presence of Peanut. To maintain hygiene standards and mitigate potential health hazards, the enclosure must undergo thorough cleaning on a bi-weekly basis as per the containment protocols. So what does Peanut actually want? What is his purpose? Well, all reports are purely speculative. Maybe it doesn't want anything. Maybe it's just acting out of instinct, or maybe it has no thoughts and is just doing the murderous bidding for whoever created it, which is still unknown, by the way. One theory I enjoy, and I think is kind of cute in a horrifying psycho killer kind of way, is that all Peanut wants is attention. He wants people to come clean his cell. Maybe he's a trapped soul looking for a friend, but he can't help but snap their neck if they blink. Okay, that might be a bit far-fetched, but the theory that he just wants attention does hold some weight. With no way of expressing his will to anyone, the only information we have is that he's able to create this bloody shit water in his cell that he knows the Foundation will come clean every other week. So say you, in all your genius glory, volunteer to clean the cell along with 2 other people. Why you do that I have no idea, but you do. Lights flicker just briefly, and one of your fellow volunteers is now a bent neck lady. Hey look, a Hill House reference. The other volunteer turns to run, and now you're left face to face with the most prolific SCP in history. So what do? For a short period you could try a staring contest, but that won't last long. You should find a way to get to a corridor with many turns. Use the turns to get a brief chance to blink. If you don't have any corners, try alternating your blinks. It will still allow Peanut to gain on you since it messes with your depth perception, but at the end of the day, if you can't find a group of people to help you recontain him, your neck is going to be his next glow stick to crack. Thank you for watching Primetime Yaps. Subscribe for more SCP content, and remember to tip your D-Class personnel.